So, what's the similarity between going for an interview and going for batting in a game of cricket?
Both don't
There
know
are
what will happen
balls,
next.
there are questions.
Interviewer is going to throw.
Questions that are.
The bowler does bowling. He is throwing ball at him, the cricket ball. And interviewer is going to throw questions at him. What's your role as a batsman or as a candidate in the interview?
Play ball.
To face
Face the ball, take the questions and answer accordingly.
to face each ball, isn't it? You can't ignore a ball. You have to face each ball. How do you face it?
See the ball, like
Judge it.
observe the ball.
Judge the ball,
Analysis and
analyze the ball very quickly,
and play.
and play accordingly. Play according to the merit of the ball, isn't it? So depending on the merit of the ball, you decide to play defensively, or you play it for a single, or you play it for 2 runs, or you hit the ball outside the boundary. You get a 4 or a 6 runs. Okay? So what are you doing here? You are trying to play according to the merit of the ball. So this is exactly that you need to do when you are facing an interview. And so guys, what are these batsmen doing?
Make different shots.
Can you describe each one of them?
First one is I guess pull.
First one is a pull,
Covered time or pull or something.
and what the second one?
Different.
The batsman is playing defensively. What about the third one?
Square drive.
It is square drive. Okay? So there is a pull, there is a square drive, there is playing defensively, and so on. So similarly, when the interviewer is throwing questions at you, either you can pull, or play defensively, or play aggressively, square drive, or hit the question for a sixer. Okay? So it is the quality of the batsman that decides how efficiently and effectively he can play the ball. There are some batsmen who actually will start defensively for a few balls, and then they start getting into the aggressive ball and they start hitting 4s or 6s. Can you do that in the interviews?
Those questions which we know, like we can play for like 6 and 4s. Those we are not having the knowledge, we can play it safely and give biased answers. Like we can save ourselves from that.
Fantastic. So every time a batsman is playing a ball, the way he plays tells something about the batsman. What does it tell about the batsman?
Way of playing.
His
Nature of
ability to judge the ball.
Ability to judge the ball.
His
What else?
experiences so far,
His experience. What else?
his attitude towards the question, towards handling the questions, or handling
Attitude.
or handling the uncertainties, because questions are uncertainties.
No, I'm asking about the batsman. Every time the batsman is playing a ball, what does his playing tell about him?
maturity.
You said it talks about his experience, it talks about his ability to judge the ball. What else?
Mindset.
His mindset, his attitude. What else? Techniques. What else?
His ability to see how the bowler is going to throw the ball.
His ability to see the bowler and to judge how he is going to bowl at him. What else?
Decision nature, like he wants to play.
Decision making.
Yeah.
Sometimes he can probably predict what is going to be the next ball. Maybe sometimes you can predict what is going to be the next. In the interview, you can predict what is going to be the next question, and so on. So essentially, every time the batsman is batting, it tells something about the batsman. It tells about his technique, it tells about his capability, it tells about his ability to judge the ball, it tells about his decision-making ability, it tells about his leadership quality. If you are batting and your team has lost a few wickets, then you take charge. You decide how do you play now. Do I play defensively? Then I play aggressively after I settle down for some time. So you take charge. So now let's see, when you're going for an interview, what are the similarities? every time you answer a question, what happens? It
The interview gets an idea that how much knowledge you have, or how if you are confident enough to give the answer, or you are having the knowledge.
Okay. So every time you answer a question, your answer says something about
Yourself.
yourself. It says something about yourself. So every opportunity, every question is a great opportunity to say something about yourself. So either you get an opportunity to say something about yourself or you lose an opportunity. So either you get an opportunity to hit a sixer or you lose an opportunity. Okay? So you decide when you go for an interview, you are going to play in a manner that it says a lot about you as a batsman, or it really doesn't say anything about you as a batsman. So similarly, every time you go for an interview, remember that here is a bowler who is bowling at you and you are a batsman. And every ball is an opportunity for you to tell something about yourself. Right? So now let's look at some examples. There was an interview that was going on in the school and they were recruiting teachers. There were 3 candidates who came in. The first candidate that came in was asked this question: what do you do? The candidate said, I'm a teacher. The second candidate walked in. They asked him the same question: what do you do? He said, well, I teach 40 handicapped children. Then came the third candidate, a lady, a young girl, and they asked her, what do you do? She said, I am responsible for the mental and physical development of 40 handicapped children. 3 candidates, 3 different answers. Whose answer was the correct? Was correct. Third one. What about the first one? Is it wrong?
First one basically he came for a job which we all know that he's a teacher.
Now, my question was, whose answer was correct?
Answer, all the 3 answers are correct because they're talking about the profession actually. But the way they put is different, and in that way, third one was the better one.
So all the 3 answers were correct. Who got the job finally? Who might have got the job?
Third
Third
maybe.
one.
Third one maybe. Why?
Because he described his
The way he
job,
put forward.
way of teaching he described, and
Imagine the
His
cricket
attitude.
example. She used the question to tell something about
his capability.
herself, to make a point about herself. Other 2 candidates lost an opportunity. Maybe the second candidate was slightly better. The first candidate absolutely lost an opportunity to make a point about himself. So going for an interview is not about giving right answers. There are many people who can give the right answers, but you have to make a point about yourself. If you just go and give a right answer and come back and say, well, I said everything correct, but I still didn't get the job because you did not make a point about yourself. You can say, I went to the batting field, to the crease, I never got out, I kept on playing, but my team still lost because you lost an opportunity to make a point about yourself. You lost an opportunity to take a position or play according to the merit of the ball and play according to the situation you are in. So as a candidate in the interview, it's your responsibility to make a point about yourself. Every time a question comes, you need to make a point about yourself. So let's look at a number of questions that usually come in interviews. Most of the time you go for an interview, typically you would get, most likely you would get quite a few of these questions in the interview. Apart from the technical round, apart from the round on your subjects, etc. Most likely you have some questions on some generic questions about your personality, about your behavior, about your attitude, about your experience, etc. and you are quite likely to get these questions. So now, I would expect each one of you to look at these questions and then see how can you answer these questions so that you can make a point about yourself. Let's look at the first one. Will you please tell something about yourself? Who's going to go first? Well, I'm so and so. I'm from this city. I'm from Jamshedpur. I was born to middle class parents. I studied in the St. Xavier's. Then I went to Residency College, Kolkata for my graduation. Then I came to Bangalore to do my MBA in IFIM. Now I'm looking for a job. Did I make a point about myself? Probably not. I have lost an opportunity. So what can you say to make a point about yourself? Imagine the bowler is bowling at you. You can hit a sixer, you can get a single, you can play defensively, or you may get bowled out. Yes.
You can describe about, don't say about your name and all, because the interviewer obviously knows what's your name. You can say about your family, you can say about your birthplace, and like
No, just say that.
You can talk about your
Say that.
strength.
Now don't say what you can say. Imagine that you're in an interview. The interviewer has asked this question. What would be your response? Where you can make a point about yourself. Say that. This is a role play. Imagine you're an interviewer then. This is a question that you get asked. What would be your response?
So my name
You want to
is
make an
Sharanya.
attempt? Good.
So my name is Sharanya, and I'm interested in finance, and that's the reason I applied for this job. And I have a lot of leadership qualities according to me. I've taken part in too many programs, and I've led too many programs. I'm a dancer. I do Bharatanatyam. I've also got a Guinness Book of World Record in that. So this is the reason that I do. I'm a very sociable person. I like going out with people and socializing with them.
Okay. Good attempt. You can do it better. Right? If we keep adding adjectives to ourselves, they may not really be very convinced. Because everybody will say good things about themselves. But how do you say in a manner that it doesn't appear that you're bragging about yourself, but you're really talking about, you're making a point about yourself? So I'm Surya Mohapatra. I was born to a middle class family in a small town called Cuttack in Odisha. And then I grew up in this small town. And from my childhood, I had a lot of interest in both academics as well as sports, and also extracurricular activities. And I was the school monitor. And then once I completed my schooling, then I went for my intermediate course in commerce, and then I pursued that, and then I did my graduation. And during my graduation, I was also a champion, debate champion, and I also led a social project for my college, and I was working with the UNESCO representatives based out of Bhubaneswar, and then working on a project to uplift the conditions of the rural women. And then I came to IFIM to pursue my MBA, and here I'm in the final semester. And this is my major is human resources, and my minor is marketing. I am really looking forward to an exciting career opportunity where I can bring out the best in myself, use my expertise to contribute to the benefit of an organization. Thank you. What do you think about this?
describe yourself, your interest, your past academic strengths, and your interest also, like regarding what subjects you have choose.
Yeah.
This
So I said I came from a very humble background, small town, grew up there, okay, but then pursued my studies, talked about my academic interest, projects I participated in. It also shows about my resilience as a person who comes from a humble background, can also come to the big stage and then also can contribute and is aspiring to do really achieve excellence in life. So there's no right or wrong answer. This is making an attempt to make a point about myself. And you don't have to follow what I said. You can present it in your way, which makes a point about yourself. But the point is, whenever you are going for an interview and facing an interview, it's an opportunity for you to make a point about yourself. Let's look at the next question. What do you know about our company? Let's say a banking organization, a famous multinational bank is into it, and they're asking this question. What would be the response?
Basically, you can tell about profit thing or positive thing for the company.
Why they ask this question?
They want to know whether you are actually aware of where you are coming for the job. You are actually aware of the workplace, the performance of the company where you want to work, and the job description for which you are applying for the company. So basically, they are checking your observation power and your abilities before the job. Preparation for the job.
They're looking for a few things here. Yeah, I think you are right. One is they're looking for your curiosity. Are you a casual guy who has come for this interview, or you are genuinely interested in their organization? Of course, they don't want to hear about their company from you.
Yeah.
They know
Because
more
you
about
already
the
are.
organization, isn't it? But what they want to know is, are you curious about our organization?
Like you are following or not? Like recently you said.
Are we following our organization? Are you interested? Will you be the one who will take pride in being part of our organization? What's your body language when you're talking about our organization? Are you excited? Do you look excited or do you look cool down? That's what they want to see. They believe that, they can find out about some of those traits that they want. How do you respond to this question?
Like preparation thing.
Yeah, if I ask this question to you in the interview, what would be your response?
We'll be talking about the company, basically what the actual area where the company is working.
No,
And
answer this question. Imagine that you have been asked this question.
okay, if I talk about Deloitte, I don't have much information right now, but whatever I have is the one with the big post, and it's a
No, I'm not really interested in knowing what you know about the company. I want to see how you are approaching this question. Because that will say something. Your knowledge about Deloitte will not get you the job.
like
Because you can Google it and then you will find out. They will not give you credit.
my
I
dream
would like
was
to know about
always
you.
to become a financial consultant, and as Deloitte offers the opportunity for us to get a job in this area.
No, the question is what do you know about our organization? Anybody would like to attend? Can't.
Your company was started this year. It was started only 5 minutes before they started to me. If I talk about the recent news, last quarter you have get a profit of like this crore, and you have just months of employee, and you have recently you have hired as months of employee. This is like things.
Good. So you know quite a lot of things about this company. I'll be impressed. I would attempt this question like this. I'll say, oh yeah, I have been following your company for quite some time. And I've done some research on your organization to find out more. And I know that you are you have the second market leadership position in the industry globally, and you are number one in India in this space. You have been recognized as the 7th most employee-friendly organization in India. And that really impresses me because I value organizations which care for their employees. You know? So through this response, I am trying to talk about some of my values which are in gel with the value of the organization. This organization is employee centric. Okay, this organization wants to be a market leader, so I'm following that. I'm also saying that I have taken interest in the organization. I've done some research. I've been following you on Google, on Twitter, other social media sites. I've done some research that shows my interest. I've made an effort to know more about the organization. Because that creates a positive. Why do you want to work for us? What would you say? What would you say that will make a point about yourself? Is about using every question to score a point about yourself. Either you score a 4 or a 6 or a single, or don't score at all. You were saying something. You're paying some money. Okay. What else?
Seeing at the past years and the recent years' performances, your company is doing fairly well. And if I get a job here as an employee, I have a promotion. I have scope of promotion in upcoming years. So with the growth of the company, my position as an employee will also grow in the company. So I see myself in a better position 5 years down the line.
Okay. So once again, there's no right or wrong answer. But why you want to work for us will tell about your motivation. What motivates you as a human being? Is it money? Is it career? Is it opportunity to learn? And each one of you may have a different motivation. It could be money for somebody, it can be career for somebody, it could be personal stability for somebody, it could be something else for somebody. That will help them understand what is your motive. And they will try to figure out is it a long-term motive, sustainable motive, or not. The risk about sharing money is they know that when they go through ups and downs, and when they can't pay you more,
The other company, if it pays more,
you might switch over. They might have that thought in their mind. You might plant that thought in their mind. But if you say that I want to join your company because I want to have a long-term career, and I don't want to experiment in a career, I want to get into a company which is where I can really learn, start fresh, and actually grow in this career, probably to very senior levels. That talks about your interest in career and your interest in long-term association with the organization. If I say that I really want to use this opportunity to learn something, so that 10 years from now, I will be able to start my own enterprise, they would like it. They will not feel bad about it. They know that you're going to stay with them for 10 years.
when I get an interview for a job, that they ask regarding the same question, like why you want to join or whatever. I said that first I want to learn, and after learning the L removes and the learning starts. Once it's learned and L removes.
Good. So you made a point about this. I'm sure you scored a 4. Will you get a job? So he could have said something else. But he presented in a manner that got the attention of the interviewer. Because the bowler is also judging you. It's not that the batsman who is judging the bowler alone. The bowler is also kind of trying to play a trick on you so that they can fool you. Similarly, the interviewer is also trying to unsettle you, trying to ask difficult questions to test your real character, your real personality, your real ability to deal with difficult situations, different kind of situations. So every question, remember, is an opportunity to either score a 6 or a 4 or a single, or don't score at all, or get a 0 or get bored up. Why should we hire you? Very important question. Most people say I'm hardworking, I'm committed, I'm dedicated, I'm blah blah blah. Everybody says that. Use the answer to this question to bring out some uniqueness, which is a differentiator for you from the rest of the candidates. Here is your opportunity. Talk about the difference. What is that? You know. I possibly know. What would you answer? For the coffee, full stop.
But I want to go now.
Then you can stop this game. I know it's painful for you.
It's okay. With 39 minutes.
I can pause it for some time and then once I start.
Yeah, we're just having conversation, so you can